Good evening, welcome back to Matchday Live with me, Kel Spellman, full-time at Wembley in our Community Shield clash against Leicester, and it finishes Leicester 1, Manchester City 0. Here to get into all the action is none other than Richard Dunn and Andy Morrison. Not the result that anybody wanted, Richard, but it seemed like a better showing in the second half.
Yeah, not the result you want to start the season with. Obviously you want to win a trophy, but I think the manager will be pleased with the second half performance. It was improved on the first half, and I think Edozie, Parma got more into the game, looked a little bit more comfortable, which is great for the future, for the squad, for everything. And as a team, they seem to. We spoke at half time about not having that structure and organisation. They looked much more organised in the second half and more fluid going forward, and obviously unfortunate to lose the game in the end, but lots of positives to take from the match.
Absolutely. And Andy, kind of where for you do you think did it just not quite happen for City today? As you say, it's an improved showing on the first half, but it just wasn't quite landing or catching.
No, it wasn't, and it wasn't a starting 11 that we would say is familiar. Although Edozie really impressed in the second half, really impressed with his contribution, but just lacking a little bit of sharpness, and a couple of shots from outside the box would never hit the target. And then if it goes to penalties at the end, then it is still a lottery. But it would have been nice, and you can't make mistakes. You cannot be complacent at that level, and it's cost us. Yeah,
let's look at the penalty, which is kind of the big talking point of that second half. Was it a penalty for you, Richard?
I think so. Yeah, it was just. He misjudged it. Iheanacho got in front of him, and certainly he took him down, so it was a penalty. It's an error, it's a mistake, and he'll be gutted about it, but you just have to move on. I don't think we can complain too much, because in the end it was a penalty.
Yeah, same for you, Andy?
No, yeah, you can't complain. You can't be complacent. Great pressing. Manage to just nick it when you're that last moment, you panic then and go to ground and not give the chance for the keeper. The keeper pulls off a fantastic save anyway. But, we've got to trust the referee that he blew the whistle before the shot was taken, and the penalty had to come back to that. But, yeah, they're disappointing, but a lot of positive in the second half.
In a position that you guys know so well, it's tough that for Ake, because we know he had a kind of bit of an injury-filled last season, couldn't quite find a rhythm. We spoke about even in pre-season that this is now his time maybe to start trying to say, look, I can be one of the main centre-halves. Massive confidence. How does he and how do you bounce back from something like that?
Just by playing, just by getting back out and playing and trying to perform well the next time. And I think it's even the next game he plays, it's the first 5 minutes. Just keep it simple. Just build yourself into games, and similar to being the goalkeeper, suppose you make a mistake at centre half, it normally ends up in a goal or a bad situation for you. So he just has to get over it and just be the professional that he is and come back strong. There was
I think a positive to take though when we got to see our brand new record signing Jack Grealish take to the pitch. You could hear the excitement even just when he was warming up and then him coming on. Only a small glimpse, early days, but looked good in a City shirt, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. It was positive. You smile, don't you, when you get you can just see it when this place is full. And every time he receives the ball, everybody's going to sit up, and that's what you want. You want to be entertained, and he'll certainly get people off their seats every time he receives the ball. In the final third, especially, he makes things happen. He wants to be positive. So yeah, it was a nice cameo. Just a shame the result didn't go the right way.
No, so as we move ahead now, of course, our season kicks off next week in a big clash against Tottenham. One of the big fixtures of the season. What will be Pep looking to do now and over this next week? What do you think will be happening with the team?
Trying to, I suppose, it looks like that back four will probably start next week because of the other players only coming back on Monday. I think he'll be trying to get a bit more fluidity amongst the players and how they move the ball around the pitch, trying to integrate Jack into the starting 11 for next week. And it's the start of the season. I think City always have a plan for every game, for every match, and it'll be the same with Tottenham. They know they're not going to be as strong as they will be in a couple of months' time, but they have to get a result straight away.
Yeah. Well, we can now hear from Natalie, who has been down at Wembley for us, and here is Natalie now speaking at Wembley.
Wembley, and it was not our day today, Leicester have won 1-0 with that penalty from Kelechi Iheanacho in the last couple of minutes. You can see right behind me all of the players. There's Jack Grealish right behind me. And you can see the looks on their faces. They're gutted. And you know what? I'm really taking something from that, because no matter what competition, no matter what it is, we want to win everything. And those players are gutted. So we fought, we tried. Now, if we're taking some positives from this, Leicester were playing with what is likely to be their starting 11 in the Premier League. Now, we know that so many of our players have not come back after Euros duty, and obviously duty with Edison with Brazil as well. So we've got lots of players to come back. I was really happy to see some of the youth players get on the pitch today. I thought they gave a really good showing of themselves. But we know that we have got Kyle Walker, we've got John Stones, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne when they're fit. We've got so many world-class players still to come back. And I think we showed loads of fight today. And as you can see behind me, look at these players. They're gutted. They want to win everything. I keep saying it, but I'm really taking something from that. They want to win everything. So 1 week to go now until we start back in the Premier League again, where we go to defend our Premier League title. And you bet you they want to defend that title. They are going to go out and they are going to play all season long, and they are going to fight to keep that title in Manchester. So for once, Wembley doesn't bring us a trophy for once, but hey, we are the club that has been here the most out of anybody in the history of the new Wembley. And you be sure, we're going to be back here again soon. So enjoy your evening, everybody. It wasn't meant to be today, but we're back in the Premier League next weekend.
Thanks, Natalie. And you're right. We can't win a trophy there every single time. And you mentioned there, as we look ahead now to Tottenham in that opening fixture, we've got the England players, returning that have been away for that extended holiday break. So I guess as well, actually, it's important to remember that we've not even got nowhere near our full squad yet, have we, Richard?
No, there's still a couple of weeks to go, I think, before you'll see the full strength Man City team. And I think probably right up until the transfer window closes, they'll be still looking to add players in. I think you've seen with Torres today. I think he's a very good winger. I think he's a very good centre forward. He's probably not perfected the false nine position, and when City don't have that focal point up front, you can see today there was crosses coming in but nobody there, and that might be something that, well, the manager spoke about Harry Kane. If he was to come in, then you would see a City team which will be strong enough not only to challenge for the Premier League but all the trophies available for the season. Absolutely.
And final word from you, Andy. Given the result not going our way, but as we look to kind of keep our title crown, what do you think the best way about it going there to win back that Premier League crown?
They'll start positive. They'll be, obviously a bit disappointed. That happens, trip back and probably be back in again tomorrow in preparation. And then you got the army coming back. A lot of very, very good players, exceptional players coming back into the squad. It's changed a little bit from, whereas the team behind Pep will probably be deciding when them players, the scientists, sports scientists, will be saying when they're ready to go back in and when they can go. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple not involved, at least in the squad at the weekend. And we'll start getting back to full strength, and, we're a very, very, very formidable team.
Yeah, really is. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Now, remember, Matchday Live is going to be with you every game of the season. We'll be, of course, bringing you an hour's build-up before that game against Tottenham. Natalie is joined by Nadem and Jolien. And don't forget, if you can get here on Monday for 5 p.m, we'll be welcoming our very brand new signing, Mr. Jack Grealish. I absolutely will be down, and I hope that you will be there as well. Until then, I hope you all have a lovely, lovely evening. And don't forget, you've got to subscribe to City Plus so you can watch this next week. First place and the only place you'll be able to watch it.
I know we are nervous. I'm nervous. I admit it. I'm nervous. But I know we are ready. Okay? Let's go outside, enjoy together, and let's be excited. Come on!
What we have done so far, we deserve to be in the position that we are right now.
This is a very special group. I've been part of many teams over the years, but this group has a togetherness, a closeness.
The basic step to a successful team, it's the relationships.
Stay together. Be there for the guy next to you. Be there.
It was a good moment. Did you feel me?
We filmed it.
Yeah,
We've got it.
Shout out my boy Pep as well.
Sometimes the plan doesn't work. Sometimes the plan doesn't work.
What do we lose
lose that game, bro.
What do you have to do? It means give up. Keep going, guys. Stick together.
We fought a lot for this moment. Don't drop it now.
Pep Guardiola has conjured up another trophy.
Premier League is the best. The Premier League is the best title.
Different gravy.
Such an important figure in the history of this club, and I think one of the greatest.
That's exactly what everyone wanted to see.
Maybe you don't realize what we have done so far. Maybe you're gonna realize when you're sitting there with your kids, with your grandchild, you know. Because now you're in the dynamic is like you don't stop, you know.
What a goal! Look at that!
This was an incredible season, what we've accomplished together. We need to be proud, we need to be together in winning, and you need to be together in losing.